I'm Eric Goodman, the creator of Foundation Training. I'm going to take you guys through a little 3-minute workout illustrating a few of our basic exercises to help you get out of pain and teach you to move a little bit differently. If you're in pain right now, this is one of the best things you can do for yourself, as long as it's back pain. What I'm going to have you do is the first exercise called a founder. You're going to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, hips pulling back behind you with the weight on the heels. Really important part here. Lower back is going to be extended as you lift your chest up and pull the hips back. A big mistake a lot of people make here is by bringing their knees way too far forward. As soon as you do that, it changes the dynamic of the entire exercise. The weight has to stay back. The knees are going to be just above the ankles. If you look down and you can't see the front of your foot, way too far forward on the knees. Low back is braced, chest is high, keeping the weight on the heels. Slowly bring the arms all the way up, keeping that lower back braced as possible in this position. Lift the arms up as high as you can. Take 2 deep breaths. On that second breath, when you're exhaling, you're going to push the hips further back, keep the knees bent, keep your weight on your heels, and slowly stretch all the way down to the ground. This is the hinge point we're looking for, right here, right at the hip joint. Eventually, the lower back begins to bend, but only once you've pushed the hips back as far as you can. From here, pull the hips back, press through your heels, stretch the hamstrings by pulling the hips up and away from your hands. Take a big deep breath down there. Once you exhale, bring your hands to your shins, bend your knees a little bit further. Keeping the weight on your heels, I want you to extend your spine, bracing that low back, sliding the hands up to the top of the knees, keeping your arms straight. The chest lifting is what brings those hands up to the top of the knees. Keep the weight back on the heels, push the arms straight back behind you, opening the front of your body as much as you can. Go ahead and externally rotate your hands so the thumbs come out to the side and you're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Take a deep breath right here. As you exhale, slowly bring the arms all the way up. Again, lifting as high as you can. 1 deep breath at the top, a lot of pressure right here at the lower back. You should be fatiguing a little bit at this point. Arms up a little higher, stand all the way up. From here, take your left foot forward and your right foot back in a long lunge. Very slight bend in that left knee. Right heel is pushing back behind you. Again, just like on the founder, you do not want to have that left knee come too far forward. Bring it forward. This is way too far. If you have pressure in the quads, you're already off balance here. Knees push back, hips are in the same direction, feet are in the same direction. Both arms go straight up over your head. You're going to interlock your fingers, turn your palms up and lift the arms as high as you can. As you're pulling back an extension, I want you to side bend away from that back leg. So in this case, you're side bending towards the left, reaching the arms as much as you can, opening the right hip to the right rib cage. Really long stretch on that right side. Take a big deep breath here. As you exhale, let the arms drop. Stand all the way up, bring that right foot forward. Left foot straight back behind you. Press the left heel back. Keep that right knee just behind the right ankle. Both arms go straight up in the air. Interlock the fingers, turn your palms up, pull back into extension. You're stretching away from that back leg again, towards the right this time, and pulling back the whole time. Again, we're looking for as much length and stretch as possible from the rib cage to the hip on that left side. Take a big deep breath here. As you exhale, go ahead and drop the arms, stand all the way up. This time we're going to have your feet a little bit wider, about shoulder width or maybe 6 inches wider than shoulder width apart. Knees bent, hips back. We're going right back into that founder position. Lower back is as braced as possible. Your chest is high. The whole front of your body is open and extended. Arms straight back behind you, hips pushing back behind the heels without those knees coming across the ankles. Take a big deep breath in. As you exhale, lift the arms all the way up, keeping that tension right here at the lower back. Low back muscle should be trembling a little bit right now. Hips are back, slight stretch in the hamstrings. I want you to press your knees together slightly, just a little bit of pressure. Lift the arms up even higher, as high as you can go, isolating all of that pressure here in the low back. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, drop your arms. Chest comes all the way up and stand all the way up. The exercises we just taught you are going to teach you how to use your body a little bit differently. It's going to teach you to use the posterior chain, potentially the strongest muscles in your body, to absorb all of the force you're currently absorbing with your knees and your lower back. When you're doing this properly, back pain is going to go away, your shoulders are going to open up, your posture is naturally going to improve heavily. It's going to take a lot of the pain away, it's going to make you feel a whole lot better. It's worth your time to really check into these and look exactly how to do them. Take the time to learn to do them properly, practice them every day, and continue to get yourself even further out of pain.